Shalom, shalom, family. It's the Hebrew Life. I'm Base Jerusalem. I'm back with another lesson. We're going to call this one the Avengers EndGame and its connection to Christ's second coming. Now, let me fix the camera. Limited on time today, so we ain't going to make this too long. We're going to try to wait till people get in the room. So my first time, I was trying to do it over my phone, live, but they won't allow me. So, this is my first time using my laptop. I should have been using it, to do lives and streams and different things of that sort. We're going to see what's going on. And, we're going to get started. Like I said, we kind of pressed for time. And it's going to take long, to put out the people. Give it like one more minute, then we're gonna get started. Man, I seen Avengers the EndGame, I didn't go lay outside and sleep with a camping bag outside, Shout out to my neighbor. What's up with you, bro? Shout out, we seen it, what I'm saying, private event, amongst the brother, and we checked it out, and it was a pretty good movie. And, I wasn't planning on watching it. I got off of work. I'm like, I went over to my neighbor's house to kick back for a second, and I ended up catching it, So it was a great movie. I feel like there was a lot of symbolism in the movie, Most people third eye ain't gonna catch it, and that's why I'm doing this video. So so I could point out the symbolisms and the connections to the scriptures, because it's well known that Stan Lee got a lot of his comic book ideas and the superheroes from, the Bible and, the book of Jasher and things of that sort. And also from, civil rights and things that were going on along that time, I feel like that's why when he put out the movie Black Panther, I feel like he probably had that on his will to put that out, as one of the last comic book characters, because he knows that, the world is centered around the black man. He knows when a black man has his things together, and, we the chosen people, he knows that, nothing can stop us. We're like superheroes. We like Michael Jordan on a good night, Kobe Bryant on a good night, Floyd Mayweather on a good night. We like Michael Jackson on a good night. We untouchable. We, our talent, can be seen from the whole world. And the whole world gathers around to see it. We're going to get into this. I want everybody to go to, we're going to go to, I want to go to Revelation 20. We're going to go to Zechariah 14 first to kick this off, family. Zechariah 14. Like I said, the Avengers movie pretty good, but I seen the symbolism, and I seen a lot of different things that, man, the spirit sparked me to do a video. We're gonna read this. This about, see, when you watch the movie EndGame, it's about the end times, It's a lot of time travel and different things going on in the movie. But mainly what I see is the people dying and being resurrected to go to war. And I combine that and see that with the scriptures of Christ coming back the second time to go to war with his remnant and the people who's been beheaded for the name of the Most High, for the name of Christ and Yeshua. So it's like, when I seen that, I said, dang, this is him straight off the scriptures, Then I seen T'Challa, who was the guy from Black Panther. I seen him come, and he sparks like the war to go in the way of the Avengers. Before then they was losing. He came back with everybody who had been resurrected. Spider-Man and all these different superheroes have been resurrected to come and help fight with the war or whatever. So, you know, it was, you know, when I seen they used the Black Panther character to start the, you know what I mean, to come back as being the first ones resurrected, you know what I'm saying, to start the war, you know, and knowing his powers as a superhero, you know, being indestructible and all of them things, I knew they was, you know, trying to hint at, you know, Christ's second coming. You know, using the black man and then everybody else who's been resurrected from the death coming behind him. You know, let's read the Zechariah. It says, okay, go ahead. So it says, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravaged, and half the city shall go forth in captivity, and subdue the people, and shall not be cut off from the city. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle. And his feet shall stand up in the day upon Mount Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. We're going to jump down. And it says, we're going to jump down to verse 6. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the light shall not be clear nor dark. It shall be one day, and shall be known to the Lord. Not day nor night shall come to pass. At the evening time shall it be light. And it says, let me jump down to verse 9. It says, and the Lord shall be king over the earth. And in that day there shall be one Lord, and his name one. And all the land shall be turned to the plain of Gibeah and Rimmon, south of Jerusalem. It says, he should gather all nations, you know what I'm saying, to fight against Jerusalem. So we know we're going to get more clarification on this. Because we know that Christ is coming with an army. And when you pay attention to the movie, all of these superheroes have to band together to try to fight against one power, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Israel's going to have to do in the end of days, you know what I'm saying? Thanos represents, you know what I'm saying, the devil, or he could represent God, because in the movie they try to say, you know, they try to hint like he made a mistake, and, you know, he had to bring back half of the people that he had took away, you know what I'm saying? Because he seen that in the future, taking everybody away wouldn't matter, because people still lived and dwelled on the past of what happened already. So, you know, he represents God saying, you know, and during the flood, before the flood, you know, that he kind of repented. He had made man because of what that went on. But he had the Most High had a plan. You know, Iron Man in this movie, I want to get that out. Iron Man in this movie, they try to use him to represent Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because he died in the first one, and they bring him back, and he takes out Thanos at the end. But you know what I'm saying? This movie is about, you know what I'm saying, it's symbolism in the scriptures all over. You know what I'm saying? From the stones, bringing somebody to have to be sacrificed to get a stone and all of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Iron Man represents Christ. Iron Man dies at the end, and he uses his life to take Thanos' life, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody mourns and all of that at the end. But you know what I'm saying? That's not really what goes on. We're gonna get into what really goes on. Go to Revelations 20 and 6. Because it was a resurrection in this movie. I want everybody to understand that. Hold up. So, as I was saying, it was a resurrection in this movie. We're gonna get into it. It says, "Blessed." This is Revelation 20 and 6. It says, "Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such the second death have no power, but they shall be priests to God and of Christ, and shall reign with them 1,000 years. And when 1,000 years are expired, saints shall be loosened out of his prison. I'm looking for another. So, what happened in this movie is everybody was resurrected at the end and came back to finish the war. Because of the time travel and everything, they already knew what to do. Because Christ had already been here, Yeshua had already been here, he already know what to do when he come back. He coming back with a sword. Let's get the scripture. He said he coming back with a sword. That's Matthew, I believe, 10:34. See, T'Challa in this movie, he represents Christ coming back for that second war with the people who have been taken out with him, which were all the superheroes who represent all these superheroes in the movies behind him. Because without T'Challa coming in at the end, they was on their way to losing the war again to Thanos. But T'Challa is one of the, and when I was watching, I said, dang, man, ain't no real black superheroes in this movie. You know what I'm saying? I seen Don Cheadle, you know what I'm saying, who was going to replace Iron Man. But, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, T'Challa ain't in the movie, you know what I'm saying? They just did the movie Black Panther. And I'm seeing all this biblical references and symbolism. And I'm thinking like, dang, they're going to take everything from the Bible, knowing it's wrote by a black man and that the characters are black men, and they're not going to use the black man in the movie. I was feeling kind of funny, but then they bring T'Challa, Black Panther, in at the end to spark the revolution and the resurrection, because he was coming back from the first death. So these people were resurrected. See, they teaching these kids all of this, but they don't know this resurrection and coming back for war. All of this is the second coming of Christ. We are the superheroes, the Israelites. Everybody who's beheaded and killed in the name of the Most High for doing righteousness, they will be coming back like them superheroes in the movie to go to war with Thanos, aka the one world government. See, they know these things. That's the symbolism in the movie. Thanos represents a false god. That's why he turned to dust. To me, I felt like he was a fallen angel because he turned to dust at the end of the movie. If he's God, Bible said from dust to dust, you know what I'm saying, bones to bones, ash to ashes. So, that lets me know he wasn't a full God. And but let's go to Matthew 10:34, people. But like I was saying, the stones represent sacrifice. Thanos had to sacrifice his daughter. One of the girls, I forgot the guy's name. He has the arrows. He had to let a girl fall. They had to sacrifice her to get the stones. I felt like that symbol, and they were like, we all gonna do this for her. I felt like that was some London, UK, everybody do it for the queen type of thing going on with that symbolism. It might have went over some people's heads, but and then at the end, everybody mourning about Iron Man and all of this. I don't know. But I know it was a lot of sacrifice and a lot of people had to die for the better or good, and people need to understand that. Ain't nothing gonna come. There's no war really without casualties. You know what I'm saying? No good deed goes undone. Let's go to Matthew 10:34, and it says, "Think not that I have come to send peace on the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I have come to set man at the variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall they be of his own household." See, all of these people, you know what I'm saying, at a point in time in this movie, you had, you got characters going against characters. You got a world going against the world. See, they all in the same universe, though. See, they talking all this time travel stuff, but God don't live in our time zone. God don't live in the zone of time. That's for us to live in. See, so no matter if they manipulate time or not, they can't change. They couldn't change the outcome, and that's what people need to see, the symbolism in that. Yeah, do I believe they working on time travel? Yeah, some type of way. Yeah, the devil is the prince of the power of the air. So he got some things he got jumping that he want to do that's, you know, that's gonna bend people's minds and make them feel like that he's God and that there's no God, or that we God and there's no God. You know, this movie had a lot of symbolism. I'm trying to get to it. Let's go to Psalms 90 and 12 about that time travel. Because I heard about the CERN and different things like that, and you know, but I seen the pictures with people supposed to have iPhones and certain clothing apparel that was of the future back in the day, and certain things. But man, them could easily be Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? I seen the pictures of